As we gather this morning to celebrate 20 years of this amazing program, I'm reminded of what an amazing community we live in, and many of us in the room get an opportunity to serve. And I think you'll be reminded of that throughout the morning as you see these amazing students come forward and their support systems. But 20 years in and of itself, a program like this really is a testament to this community in the sense that it was the brainchild of Sally Myers, and just her attitude and her perseverance to keep it going for as long as it's been going. But there was, this morning, a mention was made of teams and support systems, and we know she hasn't done that alone. And so just the volunteers that I think so often get overshadowed by the wonderful students that we all gather for. But I am always just thrilled, and I admire so much the people that give their time. There's so many people that sit in the periphery here that show up every single month to celebrate these students. That really, once again, is a reminder of what a great community we live in. So for the students that show up once, the people you see around you come every month to celebrate people just like you. Please be sure you understand, as you guys go off into the world and do the wonderful things you're going to do, what a great community you had to give you that start, that spring off into life. And so with that being said, I am thrilled. I think I've said that a lot, but I am thrilled to bring forward the female student of the month from Great Oak High School, Miss Diniana, I'm going to get this right, I know, Piekutowski. And she will come forward, and she has her grandmother here with her today and her English teacher, Miss Bev Kanawi.
Hi, I'm Diniana Piekutowski, and to my left is my grandma, and to my right is my previous AP English and Theory of Knowledge teacher, as well as my speech and debate coach and National Honor Society advisor, Ms. Kanawi. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I plan on majoring in environmental science because I really care about the health of the planet, and I want to play a role in altering the status quo for the better. As to which college I'm going to do that, though, I'm still open. Currently, though, I attend Great Oak, and I can certainly vouch that it lives up to its name. At Great Oak, I'm involved in the National Honor Society, Science Olympiad, Speech and Debate, and the California Scholarship Federation, among other things. One of the biggest life lessons I've learned at Great Oak is to face my fears, and to try things even though I'm uncertain of whether or not I'll be successful in them. You can only go through high school once, right? So I've tried things from the Electronics and Inventions Club, even when I was one of roughly 3 girls in the club, to cross country when I initially didn't enjoy running. As Michael Jordan once said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So, I think it's best to try all of the things that Great Oak has to offer, and I've done my best in doing so through my high school career. Also, before I conclude, I would like to thank my family and Ms. Kanawi and the rest of the Great Oak staff, as well as each and every one of the sponsors for their generosity. And without further ado, I would like to give the mic to Ms. Kanawi.
Certainly an honor to be here celebrating all these great students. And of course I have a little special place in my heart for the one that I nominated, which is Diniana. Diniana has an interesting background. She's kind of the personification of a global village. She has that Brazilian passport or citizenship. She was born there, and she's got a Korean middle name, and her last name is Eastern European. She sort of gives me hope that, you know, that personification of all those cultures and people coming together could lead to a good thing if it turns out being anything like Diniana. She is involved in a million things. I'm not even going to go through them all. She is an IB candidate. She's an AP scholar with distinction. She's got the National Hispanic Recognition Program Scholar, and she won the Best Youth Award at the Old Town Street Painting Festival last summer, which is pretty awesome. So she's kind of multi-talented. But I really want to speak to her character, and I met Diniana when she was a sophomore, and she was in my AP language class, and she was this little quiet girl that sat in the corner and never said anything. And I kind of teased her and sort of tried to get her to come out of her shell a little bit. And since then, and I'm not saying I had anything to do with it, I'm just saying I have watched her go from this little shy girl to this like wonderful member of our school community. She is everywhere at all times. You can depend on her to do anything. She's not one of those, she's like in 10 clubs, but she never takes roles that she never takes officer positions just to pad her resume. Like she'll just say, I don't want to take an officer position unless I can really make a difference. So she ends up being like the public relations for everybody, because that's where all the work is a lot of the times. Like you've got to make the announcements and make the flyers and get all the word out. And so she doesn't look for a lot of recognition. Luckily, she's beginning to get it. And she does it with great heart and character and modesty. And because of that, her selflessness and her kindness, her determination, she's a great role model, and we all look up to her a great deal. She's one of our finest, and I'm very proud to be here and support her.
My name is Diniana Piekutowski, and I'm grandmother. I have to say that since she was a little girl, she has shown thoughtfulness, determination, and I'm sorry. With time and good schooling, her good qualities has just been expanding. And we as a family, we think, we can tell that she wants to bring out the best of society, in society. And we would like to thank very much to Great Oak High School staff and all of the sponsors for their support. And I have to say, personality and character is her doing. Thank you.
Congratulations to Diniana and her family. Well done. And it's now my pleasure to bring forward the male Great Oak High School Student of the Month, Mr. Koki Saito, his family, and his nominating teacher, Mr. Osvaldo Gigliotti.
Well, with me here today is my mother and my wonderful Spanish teacher of 3 years, Mr. Gigliotti, and my father who's taking the photos, and my sister who would never miss a chance to be sitting here for 2 hours listening to politicians speak, and future politicians. So, before I begin, I would like to extend everyone's thanks to the sponsors to this event, because when I finally get to work on those thank you notes at 2 a.m. after a math internal, my gratitude might not be as apparent as it is now. So, my future college aspirations are to go to a top university in the country, hopefully an Ivy League, to study business and, in the future, law. I intend to become a financial analyst and maybe a corporate lawyer after I graduate law school. A few things that I'm involved on our Great Oak High School campus. I am the president and founder of our Model United Nations, as well as the president of our Science Olympiad team. I also play doubles one for our varsity tennis team. So, one of the life lessons I've truly learned, thanks to this community, is kindness, generosity, and friendship. Before I moved to Temecula, I lived in Japan, Boston, and San Diego, and the environment is completely different. It's a little colder than it is here is also not just weather-wise, but the human interactions here is so much more personal, so much more friendly, and that friendliness is something that I will keep with me throughout my entire life when I go to college, when I start my career. So I truly would like to thank this community for that. And I hope I'm not missing anything, because I would like to turn it off to Mr. G.
Thank you. My name is Osvaldo Gigliotti. I'm a Spanish teacher, like Koki said, at Great Oak High School. And I teach IB, which is a very nice program, and Koki is part of it. He's taking the language class, but he's not a regular student, so he's an inspiration. He can't just take IBHL year 2. He said, Mr. G, can I do the AP Lit on my own? And I said, yeah, I'll support you. Thank you for creating more work for me. And not only that, within the first week or two, another student asked, can I do what Koki's doing? And then another student, and then another student, and then another. So we have 5 students doing 2 things in one class. And another class, hearing from Koki's ideas, they're inspired as well, which is a wonderful thing to do. I remember Koki in Spanish too, always finishing after 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So certainly he's an inspiration. I'm proud to be here today to talk about him. Thank you, Koki.
First of all, I'd like to thank all the sponsors and all the teachers for choosing our son Koki as the Student of the Month and inviting us to this special event. We feel very honored. Since Koki was born, he has been our joy and pride. He always tries to do his best no matter what kind of challenges he has in his life. His name, Koki, means light shining in Japanese, and we believe that he will be a bright light in the community in the future with his determination and challenging spirits. We would like to thank you all for the kind consideration and the generous support. We truly appreciate it. Thank you.
Congratulations to Koki and his family.